So the entrance to Unit B is right there, and we're gonna open up this door, which is the water room. Fire riser / water closet. Plumbing layout in here is not final, except for the sprinkler system, which I believe is, but this is where all the water comes in from the street. So the water enters from the far pipe from the street, goes into this little junction, which I'm gonna have them reconfigure because this bottom one is actually feeding the loft, which is where we're living right now. So that's our live water that goes into the loft. And there's a, what I want is I actually want a shutoff valve for that inside here. So I have a shutoff as well as a place to attach a water meter. That goes up here and goes into this little contraption they created to feed the 3 pipes. There's all this siding in the way right now. There we go. So you can see it splits into, to feed all 3, basement, first floor, second floor, with 3 shutoff valves right there. And this is the part that's not the final layout. I'm gonna have them fix this because, again, I want water meters in line here so I can meter the water for each of the 4 units. But then obviously we can't change the location of those, that part, that's feeding the actual house. So this is all gonna change to look better, but also so I can attach water meters to it. This is also where the sprinkler system lives. So the sprinkler system water comes, no, that's the drain. Where does the water enter the house? I think it has an intake somewhere else in the building. I'm gonna have to go find that. Okay, because that orange one just goes to the outside and just dies. That's just that drain. So that's the down here. And I don't know what ends up coming out of that, but the system is active, so there's water coming into the system somewhere. I'll find that. So, but this is the crazy valve. This was reading pressure earlier before they drained the system for the freeze, so this system was live. So this has to stay. I guess there's hopefully a manual. Not that I'm ever gonna be the one doing maintenance on it. On the other side of this room is the things we need because this is a water room. Down there is a cadet heater. So this is fed from this little, I guess there'll be a thermostat for it. So that's the cadet heater, so that we have heat in the room, because again, this is live water pipes, which we don't want to freeze. There's switches. One of these is an outlet. One of these is a switch for a light that's going to be in here. Where's the light? The light is up there. So interior light, and one is a fan switch. So we got a fan in case it gets too hot in here, because there's going to be some electronics. We've got Cat 6 to the mechanical room. Just one wire, but this is so that I have a hardwire connection to the network, because the water metering system that I have in here is network connected. So it'll have pulse counters on the 4 water pipes with little wires into a little box that's going to live next to this, wired into the network. I've got power for that system here as well. So that's a little water room. Not going to use, this is not like a storage room, and it actually can't be a storage room because it's legally it's the fire sprinkler room. I can put other things in it, it just can't be storage. That's that room. Let's move on. Where did I put the little door, our very official door lock, and walk around the side of the house to the other mechanical rooms. Oh, I'll show you the patio first. That's the drainage for the mini split inside, and then this is the little sunken patio, which is just a mud pit right now. They have water on the patio, they've got power on the patio. That's the outlet or the power for the landscape lighting under this half wall thing. 2 outdoor lights here, and eventually it'll look nice. Coming around the side of past our front door to the side of the building, we've got our exterior water, hot and cold. They get mixed right at the faucet there, so we can have warm water to wash bikes. We've got our exterior dumbwaiter access, so that's eventually there'll be like a door to get into the dumbwaiter, which will drop down to there, and then we can access it. And then we've got our 2 closets. So on the left is the yard tool side. So I'll open that. My goal here, ignore those wires, those are not actually in this room. So there is a light switch and power, and there's a light up there. This is just storage. There's nothing in here. It is going to be just, I think, probably just do plywood finish on the inside. Keep it rough. This is just for tools. So it'll be like, put some hooks up there, hang up shovels and leaf blower or whatever. I don't use a leaf blower. What am I talking about? Rake, brooms, shovels, all sorts of stuff. And this is like the messy side. On the other side is the clean side. So close that door. And the other door is the electronics side. So this side has all sorts of fun stuff. That is the controller box for the dumbwaiter system. The wires aren't quite installed. Some of the wires are in there, the power is in there, but the other line is not run yet. That's the controller for the dumbwaiter system. My plan is to tap into that and add some wiring to be able to monitor and control the dumbwaiter remotely as well on the network, but we'll get to that later. Over here we have a 50 amp circuit for a car charger. This is like our little driveway. It's not officially a driveway, but it's where we're going to eventually have bike parking down here. So there's like that big pile is going to turn into our bike parking area. And you could pull a car into here. So this is where there will at least be an option where we can put a car charger there because we have a 50 amp circuit for it. And then you can run the wire out to your car. I don't own a car, but I have no plans to. But, you know, again, we can do it now and it's cheap now, but it's impossible later. So we got our switches and power here. I believe, yeah, one switch is for the light, which is just right up there. The other switch is for the fan. I have a fan in here because this is going to be filled with networking gear. This is where all the network wires for units A and B and all the outdoor wires for the cameras come. So there's going to be a network switch for this unit, a separate network switch for this unit, cross links between all of them, switch for the cameras, and then eventually the fiber guys are going to come and run the fiber lines into that wall somewhere, and we will have a link between the two buildings to feed internet into this building. I added this is coming out of Lily's office. So Lily's office is actually around the other side of that wall up there. So these come out here, and these are for video, because I'm going to have a fiber SDI converter box in here that's going to send video back to my studio in the other building. And this way the fiber guys only have to run fiber here and they don't have to go inside that wall after it's all closed up. So this is the electronic side. So yeah, just one light, fan for ventilation. The switches will be generating a lot of heat, I'm sure. So this side will be warm and toasty. And I had them add extra power here as well because I'm going to have a lot of servers and stuff in here. So switches, I shouldn't say servers. So dedicated power for the server, for the switches in here. I'm actually probably going to run a UPS, put it on the floor or on the wall or something as well, so they get backup power. That's the electronic side. And I think that concludes the tour. Last little, I guess, details. Yeah, power for the landscape lighting is coming out of the building. We've got all these wires that are dangling here for the camera system. Our front door has a spot for a camera as well. And you can see our outdoor lighting. We'll go back in and wrap this up. The sun has definitely been moving as we've been making progress on this tour. Can't wait to see this all done. I am looking forward to getting all the electronics wired up. That's going to be my favorite part. So I've got a lot of wiring to do. I'm actually going to do a lot of this wiring myself, especially with the staircase system to connect this to the fancy controller box that I've got. I've got the whole door systems to wire up. But yeah, this has been a good tour. I hope I caught everything. I'm going to now go and actually take some photos of everything because I want to make sure I have some still photos for this too. So I'm going to go around with the camera, photograph everything. Before I do that, I have to do the last couple of wires. So all the places I talked about with the door frames to the exterior doors are going to get door sensors. I have to go actually run those sensors now because I'm not going to be able to run them later because there's going to be insulation because they're outside walls. So I'm going to run those wires now, connect the 12-volt relay switches to the wiring for the two doors that are in, and I'll just have to deal with the door to unit A later. That part hasn't actually come in yet. So with that, this has been a long video. Let me know if you have any questions. This has been a long time spent on the last details here. We had a lot of delays in the whole process and the permitting and the inspections and all the last minute changes, some of which were my fault, some which were not. But we finally got the inspections passed. We're ready to close up the walls and this is the last time we will be able to see inside the walls in the house. I hope everything is correct. And with that, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.